Roll the intro.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How are we doing?
Jeez, you want to start with that? God, Muhsin, yes.
Let's start with a little religious touch for everyone involved.
And we lose all the subscribers.
Only the racist ones, the day ones, like my mum and your mum.
As you can see, we've upgraded the pipe.
At this level of podcasting, we are essentially just making a podcast for our friends and family, really.
Absolutely.
Apart from our friends on TikTok, shout out everyone on TikTok who's been following us recently. How exciting.
Thank you for all the comments and thank you for all of the hate as well. It's good fun.
We are up to 170 followers, which means I can't go anywhere. I can't even go Tesco anymore.
Me, I can go to Asda fine. I
Yeah?
can go to Waitrose fine. It's all good.
Yeah. Really, I thought you wouldn't be able to step foot into.
No,
Waitrose
I'm
anymore.
still okay. I'm still Waitrose. I'm on the guest list. It's all right.
So no one says there's that bearded terrorist
No,
off
I haven't had
the
that
Smoke
yet.
Sessions
Have you had
podcast.
that yet?
What, being stopped in the supermarket? I have been stopped in the supermarket before for my personal TikTok page. Yeah, not for this. Not for this crap.
Did it go straight to your head?
I called everyone I know. It was a shot in the dark because I've only got like 2,700-ish followers. So
Which is mad because your personal brand has 2,700 followers, but then the account doesn't, which is really weird. And you're putting out more content on this
yes.
in the same type of like comedic value.
Well, we don't tag ourselves in the videos.
Well, I don't do the social media for that. You do.
Yeah, but if I tag us, then we run out of character space for the hashtags. Ah,
Don't tag us. It's all
yeah.
right. Can you not tag via on the screen or not? It does not work like Instagram.
No, you can't do that. Come on, Viraj.
Have you just used up all the taste in this?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Or you just need to buy better quality shisha, you cheap bastard.
This is premium shisha, Mr. Salada.
Well,
How's your week been? I think today's going to be a slow session. I don't think we're too hyper. I think it's just going to be an enjoyable chat.
I don't want an enjoyable chat with you.
Why? So I will just get up and leave then. How does that sound?
I'll do this by myself.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past you to be able to. So I'm just going to
What would
sit
I
here and
speak
enjoy
about?
the ride.
What would I speak about? Oh, what's this? Hang on, we've got a... Oh, we have an 18-second message from Ali. I guess I can't answer that now. Listen, mate, right? I've had what you call a Christmas week. A Christmas week is when you've mentally decided that you are no longer working, even though you're still at work, right? So I've been taking it extremely easy the last couple of days or so.
What does easy look like for you?
So I wake up when I want, I get out of bed when I want, I'll do a little bit of work, and then I'll celebrate with about 4 hours of television and YouTube.
Is it productive YouTube or not?
No. It's just me mindlessly browsing through Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms.
But can you... Okay, so sometimes when I watch YouTube,
Yeah.
I write it off as kind of not a business expense, but I write it off as productive YouTubing because I purposefully watch videos that I know that I've saved to watch later. I.e., if we're doing something about, social media engagement for 1 Minute Smoke or
Yeah.
my personal brands, I will, watch a list of that, take notes. And so it's like purposeful, productive watching YouTube.
I watch videos about tiny houses and Hasbullah videos.
I guess you can write that off as like comedic entertainment.
No, I write it off as dossing off time.
No, we're writing it off as entertainment, all right?
Listen, all lines on social media lead back to one very naughty website, right?
Which is?
It is called... What website do you think I'm talking about?
I have absolutely no idea.
Instagram and TikTok, right? The amount of time I can spend browsing through TikTok, right, is painful, right? During my work hours, Viraj, I could literally scroll through TikTok for about 5 hours and ignore all my emails. A grown-ass man with a grown-ass job, and I'm watching a video about a tiny house and a guy cleaning a swimming pool on TikTok.
Can I just say, that guy cleaning a swimming pool, can we get him on at some point? Because I think
Hollow your
that
boy
would
for the
be so brilliant.
Hollow your boy for the pool work.
Yeah, you've got a pool, haven't you? No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Had a pool, apparently.
Allegedly, that's what my sister
Allegedly.
said. Who knows? Who knows if that's actually true?
Should have
or not.
kept it.
But yeah, And yeah, that's life.
I
That's my
haven't
life
I
at the
haven't
moment.
spoken to you much this weekend. I've just been ignoring your calls.
Why'd you ignore my calls, Viraj?
Okay, so in the car on the way up, I was on a phone call to a friend,
Yeah.
a mutual friend. And then over the weekend, I was getting my life together
Yeah.
and I was doing some work, paid work. So, and then on Thursday, had some more paid work. So it's kind of just like I haven't really chatted to you in a while. It's been like 5 minute conversations, updates, business chat, and then move on.
I feel like you just need an emotional break from me. Let's just be honest.
I sometimes need an emotional break from you, but
Yeah.
you're actually all right. You're okay a lot of the time. You're better than I expected. A lot of people, for some reason, can't have to have you in short bursts. I can do you in a long.
Who needs me in a short burst?
Tyler mentioned it last week. He was like, I can only do Muhsin in short bursts.
What? I'm a delight.
Sometimes the comedy is too much.
I'm bringing energy and life to the game. I thought everyone loved me.
Except from when you suck it out.
I ain't sucking anything out of you, Viraj.
I'm not
Not
talking
with this
about me.
attitude.
Oh, Jesus. It's
Jesus
not
Christ.
me.
What do you think about Little Missing, by the way?
I think Little Muhsin's got potential.
What a little guy.
Do you realise that in that moment, you just kissed yourself?
I did. Because I love me.
If you had Hasbullah on the podcast, would you sit with him there like that?
I would put Hasbullah on my lap and give him anything he wanted.
You know Hasbullah's like 18.
Exactly, so he's still younger than me. I'll take him to the park. I'd buy him an ice cream. I'd watch UFC fights with him. I'd buy him a burger. Burger.
Fun times.
Yes.
I like this pipe. It's like furry.
Shisha me.
No, you've had it for so long.
Yeah, no.
For like an hour before setting up.
Because I'm a shisha fiend.
Do you
can't
not
help
smoke
myself.
at all throughout the week?
No, not really.
Okay.
No. We used to smoke all the time, but then we had to take a break. We used to go to a shisha lounge because it was like cheap therapy, really.
Where?
What? Jamira Lounge.
Oh yeah, Jumeirah, absolutely.
It was like cheap therapy, hanging out with your friends.
It was therapy. It was. It was good fun. Hopefully that opens soon.
Yes.
Do you need your fix?
I do.
All right. Let me organise the top. Right. Topic of today. What did you have in mind?
I wanted to talk about, Viraj, men's mental health and do women understand men? Your opening remarks, please.
Wow. Okay. Do women understand men? That's a tough one. I don't think anyone really understands anyone. I think you understand a surface level, face value version of someone, but until you actually dive deeper into their, their thought processes, their life, their background, there isn't really an understanding of anyone. So to answer your question specifically, how could you? Because you're just looking at social media most of the time and just going like, yeah, all men are like that, all men are trash, all women are this, all boys are that. Like, come on now. Don't make, wide, I know we do this on the podcast, but wide accusations about things.
A wise man once said, a comedian friend of mine once said, if men are trash, stop looking through the bins, ladies.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yes.
Why is there that phrase, last guys always finish last? Why does that exist? Why does that exist?
Nice guys finish last.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Nah.
I do think, to a certain extent, nice guys do finish last
Why?
at younger ages. Because I think when people are younger, they're not looking for someone nice. They're looking for someone exciting and a little bit unpredictable because it reflects your lifestyle. You're young, you're creative, you're a little bit thrill orientated. But when you get older, I feel like everyone wants someone a little bit more settled. Nice guys finish last until the race gets serious.
At what age?
Shout out Lewis Hamilton. Poor guy.
Oh.
Also, before this is a bit of a side note. Why is everyone suddenly acting like they understand Formula One? Can you all just shut up? None of you have ever watched Formula One, right? You're not going to watch it next season, but suddenly you're all experts.
Oh no, they'll watch the Netflix Drive to Survive.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch the last episode. I'm not a fan of the series because I think it's too curated. And F1 in itself is a drama show. It's like a reality TV show. It's brilliant.
You watch it so you can have an opinion on it. But the amount of people suddenly are armchair experts on Formula One because Lewis Hamilton. It's hard to feel bad for Lewis Hamilton.
Why?
I really struggle to feel bad for a person who's in his early 30s, who's worth hundreds of millions of pounds, who's already won like 6 titles,
7.
7 titles. It's hard to feel bad for him. I'm sure he was done wrong, but he's not the person I'm thinking about before I go to bed at night. He's going to be fine.
This is true.
Jesus Christ,
However, in
man.
this, in this particular scenario, it's slightly different. Why? Because the guy was on the cusp of breaking Michael Schumacher's record, who in most circles is the greatest Formula One driver ever, the most decorated Formula One driver ever. However, apparently, most Formula One drivers believe Senna to be the best, or the best Formula One driver ever, although he didn't win the most titles. Lewis Hamilton was about to be the GOAT, like undisputed GOAT. No one could come close. Like once in a millennial talent, maybe. And now you've got Max at the age of 23 knocking down the doors.
I mean, he might already be the GOAT.
No, he is. He was just about to cement it. He's on par with Schumacher.
How much of Formula One is it the driver and how much of it is the car?
It's both.
If they took Lewis
No, it's
Hamilton
both.
out,
It's
does
both.
Mercedes still dominate
Yes.
with another driver?
Well, you can say that. You can say that because that happened. They took out. Lewis had. I think it was Azerbaijan last year. Lewis had COVID. George Russell was put in the car. He got the pat on the shoulder to come up to Mercedes. He's a Mercedes driver, part of the Mercedes Academy. He got put in the car. Never been put in the car before, and he was pole. And he was winning the race for most of it, except for a technical difficulty because they put on a mixed set of tires during a pit stop.
So did he do just as good as Lewis would have done?
Yeah. Not better, but as good as Lewis could have done. You've got to remember, right? When Lewis Hamilton goes hunting, when Lewis Hamilton has prey in his sights, the guy is a menace to society.
How many black Formula One
Never.
drivers?
There hasn't been.
Is he the first
He
to
is
win
the
a
first.
title?
First to win it. He's the first one ever, Muhsin. There hasn't
Really?
been another one.
There's never been
There's been
another
coloured.
black Formula One.
No, there's been coloured Formula One drivers, i.e., South Asian descent.
Can't use the coloured word.
Can't use the
anymore.
coloured word.
Yeah.
Okay, so there have been Asian Formula One drivers,
Yeah.
East Asian, South Asian.
Yeah.
There's never been a black Formula One driver.
Why?
Don't know.
Interesting.
There's controversy. There's a suggestion that it's racist. But also, you've got to think about Formula One as a whole and how hard it is to get into Formula One.
Yeah. How does anyone even get into that?
Mate, the costs are ridiculous.
Like, you must have to decide really young that you want to be a Formula One driver
Yeah, you put your kid in a car as soon as he learns how to use his legs.
in a little go kart.
Yep. and then
Lewis
you-
Hamilton's literally is from here.
the man from Stevenage,
Yeah, but he learned at Hoddesdon.
which is down the road from you.
It's like that race course thing is 1.5 miles from here.
No way.
Yeah,
Should we go see? Go see. We'll go take the car there.
you can go there. It's like anyone can go there and
Really?
book it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not like
sick. Is it a racetrack or is it a go kart track?
I think it's a go kart track.
That is very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Right, back to men's mental health.
Well, we can stick with that. So is anyone gonna? Let's say Lewis Hamilton came out, right?
As
Let's say Lewis Hamilton came out to express concern about his mental health.
I think he has.
A lot of people won't take him seriously because he's rich and powerful. But
Yeah, but I guess that comes with the territory of you posting on social media and thinking that you're all right and blah 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 blah, and then you come out on an interview and say, actually, I've been struggling with depression or whatever.
well, that's the misconception, right? You can have all the money in the world. You can have the finest looking women around you. You could be eating the best foods, living in the best houses, driving the most amazing cars, and getting paid millions to do it. You can still cry in a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
You can still cry in a Rolls Royce.
I used to believe there was that. I think about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, there was that picture of Jay-Z on a jet ski, and he just looked angry. He just looked sad.
Yeah.
And up until that point, I was always like, because I've been on a jet ski, and I was like, the jet skis. I don't care what anyone says. You can't be unhappy on a jet ski.
You can.
You can.
Viraj, if you go out for a steak dinner,
Yeah.
that's amazing, right? You'll be so chuffed with it. You'll enjoy it. It's an experience. But if you're having an expensive steak dinner every night for
It
the,
just
every
becomes the
day,
norm.
that's just dinner time now.
Yeah,
Things lose taste and value.
you can be sad on a G5. You can be sad while you're driving your car. You can be sad if you're on the street homeless. It doesn't matter.
Anthony Bourdain, who killed himself, is a famous chef, right? Joe Rogan's friend. That man's job was to travel the world and try delicious foods and get paid tens of millions of pounds a year
Mm.
to do it. Killed himself.
So sad.
It just goes to show you, just because you have money, power, all these things, doesn't necessarily mean you're happy. Happiness comes from within. And
How do you cultivate that happiness? What do you do to cultivate that happiness?
I just try. You see, sometimes you could be doing the things you love, but sometimes, for whatever reason, it could literally just go down to just a chemical imbalance in your head where you can't just generate the feeling of happiness. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do, you're just going to feel down.
How
It's
many
almost
people?
inexplicable.
How many people I'm talking scientifically here, or try and put your scientific hat on. How many people is there a stat out there that have that imbalance where they can't, the chemicals don't add up to bring out, happiness. They don't release enough
But that's
endorphins.
just depression, isn't it?
But there's
Depression,
there's
generally
isn't
speaking, is
isn't
a
there a difference
chemical.
between clinical depression and then just like depressive episodes?
Yeah.
Right.
So you'd have to look up the statistic on people who have clinical depression. I don't know the answer to that. I do think men and women handle their mental health differently, right?
How do you handle yours? Let's start with that. We can talk about all the wild, every what a millionaire does, but how do you handle yours? What do you do?
Sometimes when I'm feeling stressed or low,
Mm.
I just slow down.
What does slowing down look like?
Okay, so if I'm feeling depressed or low, I will just slow down my lifestyle. So if I'm working a lot, I will just stop working as much. I'll take some time for myself and I'll just step away from things that are making me feel stressed out or down. It's like you can have the best Formula One car, it's still got to slow down for the corners.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just life. You can't be going at 200 miles an hour all the time. Now, there are moments where you got a straight and open straight in front of you where you can. But sometimes there's going to be little corners, little hiccups where you need to slow down and take stock and go safety first for your for your own mental health and for your own well-being. I think
How do you manage it in a relationship? Because obviously, you are not just caring for yourself at that point; you're caring for your partner.
in a relationship, I think you have to realize that you are your own person and they are their own person.
And the
And
relationship doesn't define you.
no, your relationship does not define you. And all you can do is be responsible for your own happiness and compliment that other person, right? You can't be responsible for their happiness, right? It's hard enough to manage your own well-being, let alone two people's well-being. All you can do is just be a good person and a supportive person to that person.
Yeah,
But ultimately, you can't fix another person. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do. As much as you might want to, you
Yeah.
can't, because it's got to come from them.
What about you?
What about me?
How do you manage your mental health?
I'm not very good at it a lot
Mm.
of the time. I have a lot of not depressive episodes, but I have a lot of downward spirals. Although you might not, not a lot of people see it because they see the happy-go-lucky Viraj. I think my perfect way of doing it is, I have a routine. Everything that I do sits inside of the constructs of a routine that allows me to be creative, that allows me to get on with the rest of my life and be happy. Um, so that includes meditating, that includes journaling, and that includes taking time, going on walks, doing things that I enjoy, my morning coffee, um, small things, grounding yourselves in moments. I find that really helps me, although it's very difficult to work that into a routine and can do it consistently because you get consumed by everything else.
Mm.
Um, I I do know that when I'm going on a downward spiral, I don't do that. I think the best because I revert to type, and what I've always done is I just throw myself into work.
Mm.
So I'll go and throw myself into a movie. That will be my escape, and I'll think that that's the right thing to do when actually all I'm doing is I'm putting off the thinking.
That's a very man thing, what you just said.
Really?
When women are feeling down or depressed, they speak to other people. When men are feeling depressed, they go within themselves. Like, for example, Like our pal, he always says, getting a haircut is like therapy for men,
Mm,
right? I always, when someone tells me that they're feeling down, I say, go get a haircut, and if you're still feeling down after that, then we have a problem, right?
right.
I feel like sometimes just doing simple things, little pleasures can really lift your mood. Little things like getting a haircut, going out with your friends, and just trying to have a good time can really like lift your mood temporarily. And I feel like that's what men do.
So they find short-term fixes to bridge the gap,
Yeah.
but they don't actually deal with the underlying
No,
problem. And then something happens, and you have this just like monstrosity of a breakdown.
exactly. You
I
just
get
keep
that.
you just keep build what men do, right? Instead of talking about their problems, they just let it build up and they let it build up until lots of little things become one massive thing.
I don't want to feel like I'm nagging a lot of the time. That's why, for a period of time, if I find myself talking about the thing that is causing me pain, is causing me hassle, is a constant topic of
Yeah.
conversation, I just kind of like, I just don't talk about it. It's
Yeah.
why my job, you for the first like 3 months, you heard me talk about it, and then it kind of dribbled away, and then you didn't really hear it. It was just a thing. Viraj didn't
Yeah.
like his job, and
Yeah.
that was me. That was me internally not liking it because I didn't like living. I wasn't living up to my potential with that job. So yeah, it's tough dealing with men. There's no right way to do it. There's no plan that's purpose built for. Sorry,
Mm.
there's no drag and drop solution to it. It's like you do this, you're going to be fine. You've got to find what works for you. I know that journaling and meditation works for me. That's why I have to do that.
Yeah.
I have to go to the gym because I need to move. I need to have some sort of endorphin, some sort of test to the day. That's how I like to do it.
Mm. I try not to bother people in the gym because I know gym for a lot of people is therapy. And if someone was in a therapy session,
You wouldn't.
you wouldn't interrupt them. So why would you interrupt them at the gym?
However, I think there are certain time periods if you go to the gym, you don't go for the therapy.
What do you mean?
So if you're going, I think the 5 a.m. club, going at the crack of dawn, you're there to get something done. Don't chat to me. Don't talk to me. Get
Yeah.
on with your day, and that's it.
Mm.
I'm there because I need to get this workout in. I'm there because I've got to start my day on the right foot. I also think that in itself is a problem because you can't put so much weight on just one action of a day. But if you're going at like 5 p.m. after work, where there's your mates are there and stuff like that, it's not so much a therapy session. It's more of a right. Let me go and interact with people. Let me go
Mm.
say hi. Let me do the rounds. Let me get a workout in. Let me chat. In itself, it's a different type of therapy session. Maybe it's a community therapy
Yeah.
session. Which is why that we talked about this before. Like I'll go up and I'll chat to people and I'll compliment them on their physiques and stuff like that. So yeah, in a way, I do agree, and in a way, I don't.
Mm.
Because I know for me, when I was in the height of my depression, I was getting up at 4:30, going to the gym, taking coffee pills, caffeine tablets, and I would not want a single soul to chat to me.
Mm.
But also, everyone else there didn't want to chat to you. It was just grunts. It was like, and that was it. That's how you
Yeah.
communicated.
Everyone's in their zone and they're focused on doing whatever they feel like they need to be doing at that time. I think a lot of people do therapy, but they don't even realize that they're doing therapy. Like, for example,
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah.
Golf is just therapy for men, right? You go
I
out
don't
there,
get it, but apparently, yeah, I see what you're saying.
go,
For me, it used to be rock climbing.
yeah, you go out there,
Just
you,
you and the ball.
it's just you, open field, don't have to talk to anyone, no women. Maybe there's women if you play with women, but
But that's not always a deciding factor. Just because there's women there doesn't mean that, it's not a therapy session. It can't, you can still be friends. You can still have a conversation. You can still confide.
no, you can't, Viraj.
Why?
Because men are better.
No. Listen, equal platforms.
Who do you
Mate.
think's a superior gender?
There isn't. No one is a superior gender. You're both humans.
No, men
You're
are
both
better.
Homo sapiens. Why is there a superior gender?
Men are better.
No, it's
Because
rubbish.
men are better than women because on average we can do more push-ups.
Yeah, because the body structure of
Who's
a
gonna
man,
fight the wars here, Raj?
they're all digital these days. No one fights any wars.
I'll tell you what, right? Right? Everyone wants equal rights, right? Until the polar bears invade.
Okay, you think the polar bears are invading? Is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
they're gonna
Right?
invade. This might be a sign of a breakdown.
Possible. Are you okay, Muhsin? Do you want to talk about it?
I don't need any
Would
counselling.
you like to talk about it, Muhsin?
When you have a teddy bear that looks like you, everything is okay at all
There's a
times.
reason I put you smiling on it
What a little guy. I love this guy.
to just cheer you up.
What a cute little
Do you
guy.
talk to it?
No, but I do cuddle it, not gonna lie.
Do you?
Yeah. I do. So I've been putting it around the house to freak people out. So the other day, so this is, for those who don't know, this has my face on it, right? So the other day,
For those of you who don't know, they could see it.
yeah. Well, some people just listen, right? So I have a teddy bear that has my face on it. So when my niece is just playing or my nephew's just playing, I'll put it behind them. So when they turn around,
He's
they
there.
see it and they scream. It's very entertaining for me.
Is playing with your niece and nephew therapy for you? Like, is it downtime?
No, not really.
Why?
Uh, the answer was supposed to be yes, but no. Listen, right? Kids are hard work, man. That is not therapy, Viraj. It's not this beautiful, sanitized thing you see on the TV. We're like, oh my god, spending time with the children is really the best time. No, it's most of the time me just carrying them around and like fixing their toys for them and then getting them like bananas and stuff. It's not fun.
I enjoy it when I get to play with them.
I don't like looking after kids.
I like coming and just like enjoying the moment that I get with them.
No, I don't.
They're great kids, man.
I love my nephews and my niece. I just don't like looking after people.
Your niece showed me a photo, a drawing that she drew and coloured in, and I was like, "You didn't colour in the line." She was like, "Yeah, but I was younger then."
Is that what she said? Oh, that's so
I was like, "You didn't draw, but it's outside the line." She was like, "Don't worry about it. I was younger then." I was like, "Oh, okay, the sass."
Some little boy pushed over my niece at school, right? And when she told me, there was this weird part of my brain that said, am I really about to go fight a 4-year-old? Genuinely. There was this weird part of my brain that said, we can't let them disrespect our family.
Why?
I don't know. It just infuriated me for a moment.
She's not even your kid.
Yeah, but she's my niece.
Yeah, but
I just got angry. I told her what to say.
what did you tell her?
I said, here's what I said, right? So I said, if that little boy pushes you over again,
Yeah.
right, look him in the eyes and say, oi, you, back off. And I said, now you say it, practice saying it. And she said, excuse me, back off, please. And I was like, no, it's not going to work.
Where did she go to school?
I'm not going to say that.
Oh, this is a good point. Did she
Yeah.
go to school in a rough area or not?
No, she goes to school around here.
Okay.
It's
So
just
it's like
kids-
it's a nice area.
Yeah, it's just kids being kids.
Okay.
But it's still just
I was gonna
really...
say if kids not gonna bring out a shank or something.
You want to hear a fun little statistic,
Go on.
right?
I like you and your statistics.
Right. If a kid plays Mary or Joseph in their school nativity, they're more likely to be successful later on in life.
No, you're kidding.
That's an actual study. So imagine now,
Where?
right?
What's a scientific paper?
I don't know. It's somewhere, but I saw someone cite it on Twitter, right? So imagine.
Oh, can we pause for a moment? Your Twitter feed has citations of people doing studies on that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Anyway, so, right? So imagine you go to see your kid's nativity play and you realize your kid's tree number 3. You're going to be mortified for that kid's future knowing that study, aren't you?
How accurate is this study, Muhsin? Did you just headline read, or did you actually read the?
What did
read
you
the
play
paper?
in the school nativity?
I don't even remember, bro.
I was tree number 4.
I was not a tree. I remember that.
Which is, when you play tree number 4, you're not even tree number 1, 2, 3. That is the teachers looking at you and saying, you are going nowhere with your life. The kid who played Joseph in my school, he works in the bar down the road from here now,
Yeah.
right? And I hated him in school. He was such a little busybody, up the teachers' butts. So I'm glad he works in a bar down the road. And I'm glad that he works in the bar down the road. And he isn't like a superstar banker or something like that. Because he always got the best roles in school. He was always the superstar kid. And I was tree number 4, right? Call me bitter, but I'm happy with that result.
Yeah, but let bygones be bygones. Man.
No.
The guy, it was so long ago. You were like, what? How old are you when you played Joseph?
Viraj, I was tree number 4.
Yeah.
Right?
And
I was tree number 4 in the school nativity. My teachers looked me in the eye and said, you are going nowhere with your life.
you were obviously not a happy kid at that point, were you?
I saw my primary school teacher, who I hated, right, in an Indian restaurant about 2 years ago.
Did you go up to them?
I wanted to go up to him and cuss her entire life, but she's like in her 70s now, so it would just be me bullying a pensioner. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna look good in the Daily Mail article.
Muhsin, Jesus.
Oh man, I hated her, Miss Pete.
You think she watches the content now? Why haven't you let go of this?
It really wound me up.
But you still seem tense about it, Muhsin.
She was a horrible. My head teacher was a woman called Miss Cranston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she reminded me of the headmaster from Matilda, just a horrible little woman.
Yeah, Matilda was different. Matilda was a tough show.
I hated her so much.
Why are you holding on to this rage? Why are you holding on to this anger?
Because I'm salty. My niece played Mary, right, in
Yeah.
the school nativity. And I gassed her up. I let her have the moment.
Is it nativity's done? She's played it.
Yeah,
How'd it go?
she did well.
Yeah?
She did well. She's a superstar. I'm very
Future
proud.
Prime Minister?
Hopefully, yeah.
Future celebrity?
Hopefully. Just like
A-lister?
her uncle. Just like her uncle.
Who's your uncle?
Me.
Not sure about you, mate.
She's going to be a superstar one day. Fingers crossed.
How do you think she manages her mental health? You think kids even know that when they get down? Or we have to teach them? She has no idea, has she? Or does she have an idea? Like, does she have her off days?
Okay, funny you say that, right? The kids these days are being built different.
Why?
Yeah. My niece is doing yoga at school.
No
Right?
way.
She's doing yoga at school, and the other day my sister walked into the living room and she was doing yoga in the living room.
What type of yoga?
I don't know. But my sister was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm doing this for me." That's a
Good
4-year-old.
on her.
That's a 4-year-old.
You know what? Education system, you're doing all right, mate. I like that. That's good.
You know what therapy was for me when I was a kid?
What?
A little bit of Drake and Josh or iCarly
Yeah, definitely.
and some Doritos.
I think, my me time was just doing education, and math, and homework most of the time. I had a very different upbringing.
That's a boring upbringing, Viraj.
It wasn't boring. I enjoyed it. I found art in the maths.
Doing homework is a waste of time.
It's not
is.
missing. It's sometimes.
All right,
it
okay.
is.
You did homework. I didn't. We went to the same uni.
Yeah, but you're doing a PhD, mate.
Exactly. Okay, I didn't want to say it, right? So how is homework not a waste of time? You did all your homework in school. I did nothing, right? I barely stayed in the schools that I was put in,
Yeah.
right? And now I'm doing a PhD, and you're a scumbag.
I don't have an answer for that.
Exactly. How did that homework time feel? When you came home, you did reading, Viraj.
Yeah.
The only thing I read were the subtitles when I was watching TV programs. Drake and Josh, iCarly,
This
Zoe
was supposed
101,
to be like
Keenan
a
and
nice,
Kel.
positive conversation, and
No.
you're just making me reevaluate my life, my
Yeah.
whole childhood.
You should have a word with your parents. What was the point of all that homework, Viraj? I barely did my homework. It got to the point where the teachers would just walk past me.
I don't have an answer for that.
You know, when in school I had to do a project on lions, and I didn't want to do any research on it, so I based all
Mate,
my
I
knowledge.
spent most of my life doing homework.
Yeah.
I spent most of my life in a room by myself doing work. For what?
To come sit in a podcast with someone who didn't do homework, who did considerably better than you in education. Sorry to tell you, Viraj, that's just the reality of it.
Oh, but we were in two different education paths.
Yeah, but I still smashed it.
What'd you get at A-level?
I got 2 A's, 2 B's.
Well, damn. Okay.
My attendance was 30%.
Really?
Yeah. But I did easy subjects.
What subject did you do?
I did
Psychology, obviously.
psychology, business studies, sociology,
Yeah.
extended project. Easy. You did hard subjects.
Maths, economics, physics, and history.
Yeah, you did. You know what my missus did?
What?
She did maths, applied maths, biology, chemistry, and German. I think she got 2 A stars, 2 A's, and a B.
She's built different.
Yeah.
And she doubts herself. No, wait, this girl is... she's a rock star.
That's impressive, isn't it?
That is so impressive. God damn, I didn't know that. I found A-levels
I think she
incredibly
got 2 A
difficult.
stars and a B. Yeah, sorry, carry
I
on.
found the A levels incredibly difficult, more so than uni in terms of like the level the level of education, how hard the education was.
Yeah, A levels were much harder than uni.
The jump between GCSE and A levels was massive,
Yes,
but the jump between A levels and uni was not as bad,
exactly.
and that's what throws you off.
Yeah.
Because you get to uni and you're like, oh, okay, this isn't bad, and it
Mhm.
gradually, kind of eases you into the hard work and the
Yeah.
difficult concepts. A level out the box, and you're like, what is going on?
But some people make mistakes in their first year of uni, right? The biggest mistake that I hear university students make in their first year is when they say, "Oh, it's only first year, so I only need 40%."
First year doesn't count.
Everyone who said I only need 40% didn't get to second year, guys. So don't listen to that. It's a load of nonsense.
40, but it carries. It's not. It's not. Okay, sure. First year might not count, but the practices that you put in first year, and the work ethic that you build on that first year,
Yeah.
because it's a whole new environment, pays dividend in your third year.
Well, if you're aiming for 40%, you're going to have 40% mentality,
Yep.
which means you're probably going to fall short of your goal and get
And
35%.
you have to ramp up. Double that. You have to completely, one exit, two exit. That's difficult. Yeah, how is that even possible?
Do you know why I think
It's a
people...
good fallback in terms of like, oh great, if I don't do well, at least it counts. But you shouldn't go into it.
I have a bit
40%
of
doesn't
a...
count.
I,
First year doesn't count.
I have a bit of a dark thought that I want to run by you.
Go on.
The reason a lot of people struggle with their mental health when they come to uni
Hmm.
is because they realize who they are, and that's a bitter pill to swallow for a lot of people because they've never had to face it.
They realize who they are. Wouldn't you say that in addition to realizing who they are, they're also playing a character? And because they're playing a character, they realize who they are.
Well, we're all playing characters. The character you play is who you are.
Yeah, but for a long time you realize that because you've been in a home environment with your parents or with individuals, your family around you, you are accustomed to that. You're not accustomed to being exposed to 2,000 people
Mm.
every single day in a confined space.
Mm.
That is different.
Mm.
That was for me. That was a weird kind of moment where I realized that it was not that I wasn't Indian or I wasn't brown. It was I'm different from the community that at university that looked like me. I couldn't relate to that.
Yeah. I mean,
I found that really difficult because I thought it would all be the same and it wasn't.
before I got to uni, I didn't have any English friends. So it was really
Swear down.
yeah, it was really eye-opening to me to actually make English friends when I've lived in England my entire life. Which is kind of like people say go to uni because you'll meet people from all around the world.
Yeah.
The people I met were the people who've been around me the entire time. I just didn't have any English friends because where I went to school. There wasn't a single English kid in my secondary school.
None at all.
Not one.
And when you say English, you mean
English. Not British, English. Not
English.
one. I went to school in Tottenham.
Tottenham, mate.
I don't, not the entire 4 years I was at that school, not a single English kid.
Damn, boy. Yeah, I had English kids at my school.
I'm
Very
not
much.
surprised at your school.
Very much so.
Yeah,
Very much
You
so.
went to Hogwarts. So.
I didn't go to Hogwarts. No, the Royal Alexandra, Royal Holloway. It's just they have the similar names. Royal Holloway was Hogwarts.
If I could go back to my GCSEs, I would have just done 5. Because who cares about all the other ones? It makes no difference to your life.
Yeah, I did 13.
Yeah,
in
what was the
total.
point?
Like, Jesus.
What was the point? Guys, my GCSEs aren't even on my CV anymore.
Nah,
If you're planning to stay in the uni system, as soon as you get a bit of work experience after uni, no one cares about your GCSEs. Didn't you once say you knew a guy who put his SATs in his CV? Someone told me that.
Oh, well, no, it wasn't me. I didn't say that.
Why?
That is mad, though.
Why would you put your SATs on your CV?
I flopped them, I think.
Do you really think an employer is going to care that you got a level 5A in your English SATs?
SATs were year 7, right? Year 6, year 7.
Yeah, as if an employer is going to look at your CV and say, well, Mr. Johnson, you've done very well. You've got an amazing degree. You've got plenty of work experience. But that level 4C in English SATs in year 2.
I guess it's a little bit of fluff.
That is not fluff.
if you're really trying hard to revamp your CV.
If someone employed me, Viraj, because I did well in my SATs, that's not a company I want to work for. That is a weird company.
Maybe the SAT board. You're really making me think about how much I spent on education.
You're gonna
Is
call
it
your
worth
parents and have a go at them after this, aren't
it?
you?
No, I'm gonna go home and talk to them about it.
You did hard. In all seriousness, you did harder subjects. I wasn't stressed
Yeah,
about
but
it.
still, like, I didn't do harder subjects at GCSEs.
I am a
Mental
genius.
health was never a priority. Look, think about our backgrounds. Mental health has never been a priority.
No, in ethnic minority homes, mental health is not a priority.
No, absolutely not.
In ethnic minority homes, mental health is definitely not a priority.
The priority is work and education.
Doing well.
Yeah, that's it.
The
Doing well in the eyes of society.
Yeah, the mentality in ethnic minority homes is let's do well now and we'll deal with all the damage it causes later. Preferably, right, when you're an adult and you can't blame us anymore for it.
Bro, this is fucking wild.
Listen, our parents tried, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's all you can say. You can say that you gave it a good shot and
Yeah.
you understand that you didn't do well or you didn't do the best that you could have been. No one's perfect. And you just got to deal with the repercussions of that.
We think we're so progressive in compared to our parents, right? We think we're so
They thought they were progressive.
Yes, we think we're so progressive compared to our parents, when in reality, in 20 years' time, our sons or our daughters are going to be like, Mum, I'm in love with this algorithm robot. And we're going to be like, don't do that, that's weird. And our kids are going to turn around to us and say, how dare you? Algorithms have feelings too. She's amazing, or they are amazing.
I think your niece is going to end up like that.
I bloody hope not. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So today's weird is tomorrow's normal.
Yeah, I think you look at how social media is and the fact we've gone from, looking through a camera to looking at a camera. Like, what's the next 20 years going to hold?
I'm going to, when I turn that into a clip, the caption is going to be marrying a robot.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Because people are going to marry robots, Viraj. I bet people already have married robots.
Have you been depressed?
I went through a depressive stint in secondary school where I was really down.
What was that like?
I'd just cry every day for no reason.
But why?
I started growing pubic hair. Puberty. I think it was just puberty. I was just
cried
sad.
every single day.
For like 5 months, I would just cry for no reason. I'd finish school at 3,
Yeah.
get home for 4, and then just cry in my room and listen to sad music.
What sad music?
Adele, Turning Tables.
Oh, wow, okay.
Hometown Glory.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Someone Like You. Maybe not Someone Like You, but you get the drift.
Yeah.
A-Team. They say she's in the class A-Team, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems
That's
slowly
mad.
sing.
I had a period of time like that. I think when I was like 13, 14. It was definitely a period of time like that. But then my uni at third year was just disgusting. That was horrible. I hate depression, and I also feel that it does kind of mold you when you find your rock bottom. Your version of rock bottom. Sure, there's different levels to it, and not everyone can relate, but I had people that I could talk to about it. They just didn't realize that I was depressed, which I find just absolutely moronic. It's like I was asking you and I was talking about some of the craziest shit on the planet.
They might have realised you were depressed, they just didn't want to help you because they didn't know how to.
I asked them afterwards, and they were like, "What? What you on about?"
Wait, who are we talking about? Friends or parents?
Friends,
Right, okay.
not parents, friends. And like, I thank them for being, in that moment of my life. And it's weird because I gave up so much of myself in that, but now I don't even chat to them.
Yeah.
I find that so odd. Sometimes, some of one of the nicest things to do is just talk about yourself to a stranger, complete stranger that you'll never see again.
Don't you find it weird that there's people that have been in our lives who we told our darkest secrets to,
Yep.
we spoke to every day,
Yep.
and now if we saw them on the street, we'd probably put our head down and keep walking and pretend we didn't see
Yeah.
them. I think that's so interesting, man.
I find it so weird.
I have friends from secondary school who I'd speak to every day, and now I can't even remember their names. But I knew I had this friend once.
I have friends from uni like that.
Yeah.
From secondary school, not so. I still keep in touch with them, but And to be perfectly honest, at secondary school, I don't really talk about my feelings a lot.
I was sorry
At
to
uni, I did.
digress a little bit, but actually I'm not digressing. Me and my dad were looking through his university photo album,
Oh no shit.
and there's pictures of him like chilling in uni dorms with beers in his hand with a group of lads, and I was like, how many of these people do you remember? And he goes, they were my closest friends at uni, and he goes, how many of their names do you remember? Like two of their names, and those were his best friends at uni. Because it was 50 years ago, he can't remember. Mad, isn't it? That at one point in your life, those were his best mates, and now he doesn't even remember their names.
That's that is wild. We're gonna end up like that. We're gonna have those people that you chatted to on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Ali.
He's gonna hate you by the end
Yeah.
of this. By the end of this, oh, there isn't gonna be an end to this. But I definitely had that, and I find it weird because I've still got their numbers in my phone or in my WhatsApp, and sometimes I'll go back and I'll read the conversation and I'll be like, what we like? They must have thought you were on some crack
Yeah.
or on something, because some of the questions and some of the conversations were just so ridiculous. But for me, it felt normal at that point in time,
Mm.
and like it was just like me just kind of questioning reality. And yeah, like oh, Jesus, mate, I find it odd. I really do. I really, really do.
Yeah. It's weird now. We're at the age where people are getting married and stuff, but some other people are literally still in like partying mode.
What, is marriage on the cards for you? In any, is it on the horizon?
Right now, no,
Like, okay, so when I say on the horizon, is it in the next 2 years?
no.
Right, it's not on me. I find that so
Yeah.
weird.
But some of it's we're 25, 24 years old, right?
Yeah.
So some people are getting married, some people are still partying, some people are trying to start new jobs, some people are trying to start a business. It's really cool to see all the different paths people are taking and how much of a different place people can be in their lives who are the same age.
But you can still be friends with those other people as
Exactly.
well. Like we've got a friend that's getting married, or potentially, well, not potentially getting married at some point, and it's like you've known her for we've known her for a couple of years, and it's like, wow, okay, we're in two different spaces.
Yeah.
I don't even know if marriage is something that I want to do. It's
Yeah.
something I've not even considered it.
Yeah.
I still feel like a kid. Like I still feel like I'm 18.
Is marriage worth it? Someone said to me once, right? Save on the wedding and use that money for the divorce. 60% of marriages end in divorce. It's such a scam, man.
Just put it in crypto.
If you love someone, you don't need a big wedding if you love someone. Take that money, buy some NFTs, buy some crypto, right?
We're gonna have Smokeverse. We're gonna have a 1 minute smoke and smoke session NFTs coming out soon. Don't you wait. Don't you worry, mate. Don't you worry. Viraj is on that.
Oh man, does seem like a big waste of money.
On this topic though, I was having a conversation with a friend on Saturday, and we were discussing how in Indian culture, or maybe in cultures, you look at the financial backing or the economic potential of that individual as one of the kind of check boxes before you instigate some sort of relationship with them. Does that make sense to you?
In a very fancy way, you just said people like marrying rich people.
No, you think about their economic background.
Yes, of course. People do that, man.
Do you?
No.
If there was a
Not-
pause, I would have called you
No,
out.
but a lot of people do.
I do.
Really?
Straight up, I do, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just I don't know why, but
You don't want to marry someone poorer than you.
it's not that they're poorer than me. It's just same level.
But why?
I don't know. I don't
So you
know.
can keep shopping at Waitrose.
I don't shop at Asda, mate. I can't afford Waitrose anymore. Money stopped.
I don't get that.
So, like long term, when you're looking long term, down the road, you want someone that isn't a liability to you.
Yeah, but you might become a liability.
I am aware of that. I am aware of that. But for some reason, it just clicks in my head.
Oh, remind me never to marry you.
Yeah, well,
bloody
you're
hell.
not. You're getting married to your missus, so, or not married to your missus.
I probably will. Most likely.
You know, the funniest thing will be
Go on.
the likelihood is she will go, Viraj, what type of ring does Muhsin want?
Oh my god.
I'll be like, Khadija, we're going
Well, she
shopping.
wouldn't buy the rings, right?
Well,
I'd
she
buy the
buys your
rings.
she buys your ring, doesn't she? And you
Does
buy
she?
her ring. Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been married
I'd
before.
be happy with a Haribo ring.
Yeah, 'cause you
The way, the way,
fat
the
sucker.
way my pinky ring doesn't even fit anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's not good. Put on weight.
Come on, you've got to stop now.
I'm not chubby. I'm sexy.
No, you're not. You're chubby.
I'm not chubby. I'm sexy.
You're not. You're chubby.
I put
Muhsin.
on 10 kilos this year.
This is not an achievement.
I've put on 10 kilos
This
this
is not
year.
good for your mental health.
And
Muhsin.
every kilo is a kilo of love
Okay,
and
whatever.
naughtiness.
Whatever you say, I don't like this, Muhsin. I
Isn't
think
that right, little moo moo? Good boy.
you
Good
have a
boy. Have some
problem?
sheesh.
This is not good. This
There
is
you
not
go.
good. This is just an extension of your ego, isn't it? Now,
I'm chubby and delicious.
what does he say?
He says you're ugly. He said it, not me.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what he
me
said.
and him are gonna have words. I can tell you that much.
Don't worry
I can't
about
wait for you to get a kid. It's gonna be so much fun.
it. It's gonna look like this, but without bits.
It's gonna be so much fun. That is that's 50 minutes, mate.
Can we go home now?
Yeah, we can go home.
Well, I am home, but you know.
Well, I can go home
Yes.
and take all of this with me.
Tell them where to go, Viraj.
Well, you can go to any platform that you like.
Where you from?
To be perfectly honest, you can go anywhere. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want. And we've just not signed, but we've been accepted into Spotify videos. So you will be seeing this content not just on YouTube. You will be seeing this content on Spotify as well. One of the first. We're taking advantage of this new world that's coming up. We also might be rebranding in the future, but soon. That's soon to come. Welcome to the Smokeverse, people.
Okay, that was too nice. Can I do the meaner version?
Please.
Right, you little terrible people. We are on every single bloody platform because this man sacrifices everything, including his emotional and physical health,
Most
to
of the
get these
time.
videos done in time. So you better watch every single one 16 times until you can't stand us anymore. We don't have merch. Make your own merch and buy it and give us the money, right? We accept cryptos, check Corona, airdrops, and everything in between. We are amazing people. We are delightful. Viraj did really well in his SATs exams, and he's just looking for that to pay off. So why don't you like, subscribe? We are the first people ever to have video content on Spotify. Ever. No one else in the world has it apart from us. Right? Not Joe Rogan, not Gary Vee, no one. We
of those
are.
people
Not the Impulsive podcast. We are better than all
Impulsive
of them.
doesn't,
No, they don't, because they're not us.
but we love Impulsive.
I'm fighting Jake Paul next week.
Are you?
Yeah, I got the call.
Nice. Did you sign the contract?
Yeah.
Good lad.
I'm going to win by disqualification.
Good man.
Yeah.
And on that note, it's time to end the show.
Thank you for coming.
I was going to say see a smaker, but it doesn't really work. Smoke you later.